Hello everyone and welcome to the official SWGT YouTube channel. My name is Sarusa. Today we're taking a look at SWGT update 6.23.3 through 6.24.5. And so let's dive in. The first update line today takes us over to the game guides. And I have gone through and made an enhancement based on everybody's feedback so that if you are on the public site and you are a SWGT Personal or a SWGT free account and you have your player JSON uploaded, the system will now show monsters that you have versus don't have. So for instance, I don't have Light Dragon. And so for me, that team is not something that I can even build. But all the rest of them, except for the last one, obviously are some teams that I can actually build. So nice enhancement request. Definitely am always listening to everybody's feedback. And so keep that feedback coming. The next update line today will take us over to the monster catalog. And if we search for the Dokebi Lords, technically, the game data shows this as an all leader, but it's not. It's only for a water attribute. So I have gone through and made a fix platform-wide data-wise. While we are here, I also added the skill ups to max. That was another feedback somebody gave me on Discord, so I have added that. And if we switch over to monsters, and if we switch over to, let's say, missing skill ups, and I pick her, you'll also see that I have added the same skill ups. So the total number of skill ups that she needs is 11. She's currently missing 3. So you can see 1, 2, and 3 down here. And so she's currently skilled up 72.7%. There's another little enhancement for everybody based on feedback on Discord. There was a issue, but not really an issue, it's just how the system worked, where if I were to share this hyperlink with one of my friends that is authorized to my account, they would get an error saying not authorized. So I have gone through and made a number of security enhancements that allows players on the public site to share hyperlinks with one another. As long as you're friends and as long as you have permissions, you will now be able to share your links with your friends and they'll be able to get the same data. You also may have noticed that I have removed the Guild War content from the menus. It's no longer even available from ComToUs for many years now, and so it kind of made sense to just remove it. As we switch over back to the homepage, you'll notice that there has been quite a lot of updates this week. Most specifically, if we go into the changelog, there's been a lot of plugin updates. So ComToUs has been doing a whole bunch of changes. They broke a packet by having a special character in it. There's actually a special character in here, and then it randomly shows up over here as well. So a big thank you out to Xandra for helping me fix the encoding issue with regular expressions and such. The plugin for SWGT Personal also has been updated a number of times this week. So I heavily recommend that for all the people that are using SWGT Personal and SWGT Guild, please update your plugins up to the latest. The links are, of course, always on GitHub, or you can always go into the changelog and click on the links as well. Before I forget, there is a fix in with the plugin update for personal side. There was actually a bug that I had where if the web servers go down for patching or as I'm doing security updates, the plugin would return back nothing. And so because the packet is coming back as empty, essentially SWGT Personal would turn off itself. So it would no longer send data until you restarted SWGT. So I have gone through and made that fix. That was a big one and a really hard one to basically find and track. Switching over to the guild side, if we go to our guilds and go to the account summary, and if we were to run a compare, there was a bug that I had made a couple weeks ago that fixed the calculation on the overall summary. So for example, from my account, the overall percentage here, the rune set by score, there was a bug with the calculation a few weeks ago. And so on the compare version of that on the guild sites, it wasn't actually running the same calculation. So I have gone through and fixed that. And while we're on the guild site, if we go over to Siege and we go to battles and we pick one of the individual battles, I have gone through based on some feedback and rearranged some of these columns so that it kind of makes more sense. And I also added in the hit number of that person. So for example, if I search for myself, you can see that my first hit that is a defense hit, so I can do offense. You can see that I only hit 4 times, and so my first hit was on this team, second hit was on this team, so on and so forth. And so a lot of players are using this for coaching on their Discords, and so I have worked with somebody on Discord in order to have these columns make more sense, right? So you have a given tower, what type it was, what was the hit, who was the player, and what was the result, and who were they up against, and what guild are they up against, and the actual date and time, and then the, of course, notes. So just rearranging some things in order to make it a little bit more clean. Switching back to the public site, if we go over to the menu, you'll notice that there are now 3 new menu items. And so the last item on the update list for today are 3 new menu items, which are all server analytics. So these analytics were highlighted and shown on Chizo's video recently. And so I have gone through and added in all server analytics. And so essentially this is all battles on all servers by all players de-identified and de-aggregated to a very quick summary so that everybody can see, kind of what's going on based on seasons. And so the current filters that we have right now today are going to be your seeds special dates. There are basically seasons. So this is the entire season. I don't have a way of currently showing the preseason versus the postseason. We have to kind of see how it grows. Somebody had recommended that, maybe we show the Siege tournament data after the tournament is complete. So allowing players to basically see that granularity of basically what was used without the filters. So in order to keep data from essentially leaking for guilds that are running certain defenses, kind of in the last little bit, I have put in a hard limit of a defense on this screen specifically. It must have at least 1,000 battles logged before it'll even start showing up on the list. So really, if you think about it, you'd have to fill every single tower from an entire battle with the same defense, right? And so for 1,000 battles of the same defense, it's not really a secret. At that point, the community really knows about it. And so I have gone through and put that hard limit in there. But anyways, you can, of course, filter by the battle type, the rank of the siege battle that you're currently in, and then, of course, the number of stars, whether you want to do all or specifically a Nat 4 tower. And so a lot of really great analytics out here. Shizo has a really good video and walkthrough that I would highly recommend that you guys watch. There are 2 more menu items. One is going to be for monster defense trending. This is going to show you all the monsters that are currently trending on defense. And so you can say, for example, I only care about Siege, and I only care about Siege on Guardian 3. It is automatically built in that based on your player JSON that you currently have uploaded, whether you are SWGT free or you are SWGT personal, the system will automatically highlight or hide some of the monsters based on if you don't have that monster. So for example, Narsha, I do have a Narsha, and she's actually trending pretty good. She has been in 7,449 battles over the current time period that I have picked, and she's currently running a 12.6% win rate, which is fantastic. And so same thing on the offense side. We have one for the offense trending, and again, you can search for Guardian, and you can search for example, only Siege. And so you can see, for example, that there is Wind Samurai and Dark Homunculus here. Shizo talked about this, and he wasn't really sure where this is actually being used. And so Heine's, Varad, and Dark Homunculus is actually a team that is pretty well used in the G3 area. So just wanted to clarify that because he was not sure where that was actually being used. And so really great features. I'm looking for lots of feedback. I am not going to add in servers because servers becomes too granular, right? If I see everything that is running on a server, if I leave a threshold of 1,000 battles, you might not even get any actual results except for stuff that has been used for a very long time. And if I lower it, then we start leaking basically siege defenses for the guilds that are actually running things. So not that we know who is running it, but they know that it is actually being run. Somebody else asked me if I was actually going to be running an offense trending, and I firmly disagree with that one. I was talking with Shizo on that, and I think that is just too much. That leaks, how people are countering things, and you can see a lot of things that are of course being used heavily. It's one thing to start looking at what overall defenses are trending, but I do think that there are other resources already in SWGT that are already crowdsourced that do give you kind of what you're looking for anyways. So. For right now, it's a firm hard no as far as offense trending, and then same thing for adding in servers. Is just not going to happen. I don't think it's going to be healthy. So, there are so many battles being done. I think when I last checked it on the defense side, it was 1.2 million battles over the past 2 seasons, and then on the defenses, it was something like on defenses on the monster defense and offense, I think it's like 5.4 million different battles. So, a lot of people are using, a whole bunch of random stuff, but it's not really heavily trending. And so, that's why you don't see these things floating up here. So anyway, really great feature. I'm looking for feedback and ways of course, make it better. And so, yeah, it's another great feature. And that's it for today. I just wanted to say a thank you to all the Patreon members who subscribe to SWGT and to all the people that constantly give feedback about the platform. It's only through your support and efforts that SWGT is what it is today. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. We all make SWGT better together. And with that, don't forget to smash those like buttons, and I'll see all of you on the battlefield.